Archon Tsunami here, bringing you guys a Sunday video that's going to be kind of different from what we normally do here on the channel. I want to talk about violent video games since they're in the news, and how I think it affects the kids, and what I think we can do to kind of solve this problem, which to me shouldn't even be a problem, and I'll explain why. But anyway, I'll give you guys a little bit of backstory about me personally. I grew up in the era where video games kind of started taking off. I mean, the Nintendo was already out, the Super Nintendo was out for a little while, and then the PlayStation came out, I think, when I was around 3 or 4. So I've been playing games for a long time. I've played every game on the spectrum, violent, not violent, you know how it goes. Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Tekken, Call of Duty, Final Fantasy, I think I said Resident Evil already. If I didn't, Resident Evil, stuff like that, you know. And I've always had the understanding that the games aren't real. So one of those kids, I guess, that had the grounded reality, you know, that I could tell the difference between that. And I know some kids have trouble with that because imagination is a powerful thing and they like to believe that certain things are real. It is what it is. But anyway, it's enough about me. I was just kind of explaining to you guys that I grew up in this stuff, and I've had no issues with anything. I'm a law-abiding citizen, you know, and what have you, so it doesn't inherently make you violent playing these games. There's more to it. But anyway, let's get into, like, what I think we can do to kind of solve the problem. To me, like, there's an ESRB system in place, right? You have your ratings E, E10, teen, mature. And just like movies, you have, I don't even know the movie's rating. I haven't watched a movie in forever. I haven't bothered to, but you have, like, I know you have rated R, which is the mature. And I think you have to be 16 or 17 unless you're accompanied by an adult, you can't get in. But games have that same thing where if you're not 18, you can't purchase these games anyway. So the argument that kids are getting a hold of these games seems a little weird to me when you're not supposed to be able to purchase them in the first place until you're an adult. And before you go, oh, well, you can just go buy a PlayStation card, or they could just go buy a card with their birthday money and put it in, and bam, they can buy it that way. True, they could do that. But the PlayStation, the Xbox, as far as I know, I don't know about Steam, they have parental controls, where you can lock it down to where they cannot purchase said games, or they cannot make a purchase without the parent being there. So that argument's kind of null and void. And you got kids that will sit there and kind of like con like grandparents, aunts, or uncles into buying something for them, since they're not going to be responsible for, you know, their niece or nephew or grandchild playing the game. You know, they want to go out of their way to do something nice for them. And even so, like, if it's really that big of an issue, make it so those grandparents or aunts, nieces, uncles, maybe even moms or dads go and look up a video about the game and review it, and then maybe check with the mom or dad, if it's a grandparent or whatever buying the game. Check with them first to see if they should even buy the game, like see what the parent says. And if the parent doesn't respond, or just don't get it for them right then. Tell them next time you visit with them, then you will maybe get the game for them if, you know, their parent says yes. Instead of just kind of throwing caution to the wind and saying, oh, well, they didn't answer, but I'm sure it'll be fine. See, that's how you get into the situation that we're in now. Again, like I said, this video is not to place blame, but it's just kind of giving you guys ideas and solutions for the problem, and why I don't even think it should be a problem to begin with. And I mean, on the parent side of it, they can pay more attention to what they're playing. Like, I know you don't want to tell your kid no, and you don't want them to be upset and that and feel bad. But at the same time, if you think it's a concern and a problem, then you need to let them know, like, that they cannot play this game because you don't think it's good for them. There's nothing wrong with that. I think we've gotten to the point where like I said, a lot of parents just don't want to tell their kids no because they just don't want them to be upset, you know, which is fine. Again, I said that a minute ago, so I'm kind of reiterating. I know I'm kind of going off loop here, but yeah, I mean, monitor what they play. I mean, if you wanted to, you could make it a family activity where you play with your kids, you know, so you know what they're playing. And if you think a game that you guys are playing together is too violent, then you can easily remove the game and or just restrict it. They have, like, if you buy a game for somebody, you can still restrict them from playing it because you can set the parental rating on the PlayStation on a master account. Like, make a master account. Don't let your kids have the master account so that they can make the rules and change everything on you. Make a master account for yourself. Give them a sub account, which I believe still exists on the PlayStation. I don't know about the Xbox. I would imagine there's a kid account on there. Go ahead and do that. And then that way, if you do buy a game, or they end up tricking you or something, they still can't play it. And it's you're out your money, but they won't be exposed to that violence. They thought they were going to get away, like the game that they thought they were going to get away with because all the other kids are playing it, you know? Be the parent that isn't like all the other parents and lets their kids play these games. And I know, like I said, I don't want to sit there and place blame. And it's not meant to sit there and shame people. It's just making them more knowledgeable about what their kids are playing, you know? But yeah. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and head out of here. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about it. I don't know if we'll be doing topics like this again. Typically, I like to kind of keep it more like game-oriented, like buffs to characters, like new stuff that's coming out, you know, stuff like that. I don't ever like to get into this stuff because it becomes a shaming war, you know, about who's to blame. It's about more where do we point the finger than what the solution is. And I tried to give some solutions here today. Hopefully people that are watching the video, if they are young parents, old parents, you know, that aren't tech savvy, somebody happens to click on the video and see it, they can kind of get more of an understanding about maybe what they could do to help the situation rather than just pointing blame. And I'm going to give another quick tip here for parents or grandparents, aunts, uncles, whatever. If you want to, you can easily, like, we're in a generation where we have access to YouTube on our phones, computers, anywhere. Go online, type in the game that your kid or child or whatever wants to purchase. I know, kid seems kind of derogatory, I know, but I'm sorry. That's just how my dialect for it, but anyway. Just go on YouTube, look up a review. You can find reviews for games that aren't even out yet in most cases. Or you can find reviews the day they come out. So, I mean, there is knowledge out there. Don't be afraid to seek it. Don't be lazy about it. Go out and seek that review. And then you can go ahead and go from there, you know. If you think that game that you just watched was too violent, just don't buy it. Yes, you're going to make them sad, and that's just part of life, you know. You're not always going to get what you want. I learned that at a very young age. That was my personal upbringing, like, yeah, so. Again, just leave a comment on what you guys think about it. It's a it's a controversial topic, I know. Like, it's more shaming, and I don't like doing these type of videos just because of that, but I can't seem to get away from this, and it's been driving me insane ever since I started seeing stuff about it. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about it. We'll try to go back to normal videos on Wednesday. Not sure what it'll be. Well, actually, I don't know about Wednesday because I've got a dentist appointment. I'm not sure like what all I'm going in for quite yet. Depending what it is and how long it is, I might not do a YouTube video Wednesday if I'm just numb for the entire day. We'll see. But hopefully you guys enjoyed my thoughts on the situation. I know I'm just a random YouTuber, nobody, but you know, that's what YouTube's for, you know. You can vent, you can kind of talk and kind of get a community going and dialogue with them. So yeah, this has been Archon Toonami, signing out.